foster homes as a child. One of the foster homes she was put in actually didn't speak a lick of English, but about the time she started to learn how to speak Spanish, they moved her to a different foster home. I'm not going to go through a lot of her personal history. If she wants you to know that would be great. But just to let you know, she's taken a lot of the negative stuff she's been through in her life, and she's turned it into positive, creative things. And she grows. She is the community service director in her town. When people get in trouble, they come to her. They work in her garden, and they help feed the jail, and they help feed the homeless people in her area. She is a Christian at heart. And, overall, what I like about this woman is that she's very interactive in her community, which we try to encourage everyone to do as well. I don't know very many people that can stand up to this woman and the things she's done, proclamation after proclamation, good thing after good thing. But I'd like to introduce Miss L. Wilson. Please come up here.
Hello, everybody. I wonder if someone said Michael Jackson was here today, how many people would be filling this in? I also have a message for President Obama. What if this were your children and CPS came to take your children away? You wouldn't really like that too well, because none of us parents out here like that too well. I am an active member of my community. CPS would like government to believe that I'm not. However, I do have a proclamation from my mayor. I have city council that backs me. I've taken the message back from last year to my governor on a special appearance. Along with that, I handed him a letter from We the People, and I asked Governor Ted Strickland, "Do you know what special appearance means, Governor?" He said, "Yes, ma'am, I do." He also, I believe, watched my DVD that I handed to him that I made called No Place to Hide. If you're interested in that, you can find it on www.myspace.com/CasoRoars. Now, for many folks out here, you've lost your children. I lost 3 of mine. My 4th child had his name changed illegally, and they gave him the wrong birth date. CSEA, they're part of Children's Services problem. I'd like to say that Marcus Fiesel would be 5 years old, except he won't be. He was murdered by his foster parents, David and Liz Carroll. David and Liz Carroll took this baby, duct taped him up, and put him in a closet for 3 days. Liz Carroll turned around, being a foster mother, went to a park exactly like this one, and she took that 3-year-old little boy's name and desecrated it by claiming he had been abducted. Now me, I go out and I search for the missing. I don't care how old you are, you're someone's parent, and they need closure when you aren't found. Marcus was found. They had tried to burn his body after they discovered on a 3-day vacation that they left him in that closet in 90-degree weather. They burned his body in a fireplace not far from the house that they resided in. Foster mom went to the park, claimed the baby had been abducted. Foster dad stuck to the story. Now, David Carroll, he had a girlfriend. Lo and behold, why didn't CPS know about that one? They took Marcus when they couldn't burn his body up in this fire pit, and they cut him up. And they discarded him into the Ohio River, the Ohio, Kentucky to be exact. Ohio made a plea bargain with the girlfriend. Said, if you testify against these 2, we won't prosecute you. My group said, oh, wait up a minute. Something ain't justified for Marcus there. So we contacted Kentucky. And after Mr. Carroll and Mrs. Carroll faced their trial date and was sentenced to their prison term, the state of Kentucky indicted David Carroll and his girlfriend. I wanted to mention Marcus today because that's a very important thing to me. No child, and I mean no child, who is entrusted by our court system should end up dead. They should not end up black and blue. They should not end up verbally abused. Yet today they do. I wonder how many CPS workers who are out there have become a foster parent. As a foster parent and a social worker, I consider that double dipping, because Congressman Zach Space, well, he stood up for, you got it, the kinship program. We don't get paid a lot of money when we file for welfare. Yet in Ohio, a foster family gets $1,500. If you're a family with 5 children, you get $500. Our tax dollars are being misappropriated. Our government knows it. They don't care because our senators and our congressmen are getting kickbacks. Judges, they get kickbacks too. Judges like Judge Pierce help ruin people's lives. He's no longer a judge too, by the way. Judge Evans, he releases rapists and claims he doesn't know what mandatory is for a sentencing. Yet, he sat on our benches for 40 years in Ohio. What a corrupt system we have. We have counties where children are taken before they even leave the hospital, like Tuscarawas County. Had a man last year who came here with me. He was 50 years old, his first child, Nikita Emery. Nikita never got to bond with her mom and dad. The reason she never got to bond, Children's Services stepped in at the hospital. They're now walking into our domestic battered women's shelters, and they're taking your children. I don't have any more to take. They've already took all they could from me. So I stand up and I speak against them. They run us down into the ground. We spend $20,000 for lawyers. Those lawyers are representing the city most of the time, or they're public defenders. I call them public pretenders because they really don't practice the law at all. And I know I'm a little bit harsh, and I'm a little bit brazen. But how many of you out here going to let them take your kids and keep taking them and taking them for the almighty federal dollar? I say it's time to step up to the home plate and say, not my child, you don't, Congress. So Congressman Space, Governor Ted Strickland, Sherrod Brown, President Barack Obama, I'm telling you now, hear my voice and hear everyone else's in this country that's been afflicted and affected. And Obama, if you're listening, I challenge you to come and voice on the issue that I voice on. Thank you.